Alright, today we're going to do SOL review on graphing a line. So graphing a line, there's really not too much to it. There's no like SOL good test taking strategies here. It's just I'm going over some problems just so we can review what these are. You will find a couple of these or quite a few of these on the test, so let's get started. So the first problem, we have 4x plus 5y. We need to find the x and y-intercepts. So let's get the Desmos, still on Desmos. You can do this by hand. Obviously Desmos is going to be a lot easier. Value that you can do it on by hand. So I put it into Desmos, and what I'm looking for is the x-axis, which is along, so I'm looking for along the x-axis, which is the horizontal, and that's 10. That's the x-intercept. Now the y-intercept is the vertical line. That is the y, and that is 8. So the x-intercept, where it crosses the x-axis, is at 10. The y-intercept, where the graph crosses through the y-axis, is at 8. So let's go back here. So the x-intercept's at 10, the y-intercept's at 8. To work this out by hand, you would, to find the x-intercept, you set the y equal to 0. So 4x plus 5 times 0 equals 40. Maybe you remember this from class. That'd be awesome. Otherwise, this is how you do it. Divide by 4, and you get x equals 10. So that is your x-intercept of 10, which you could already take off C and B. And then finding the y-intercept, you set x equal to 0. So it'd be 4 times 0 plus 5y. Oh my goodness, it's just bleeding into the other problem. 4 times 0 is 0, times plus 5y is 5y, and you divide by 5, and you get y equals 8. So there you go. All right, what is the y-intercept of the line? Y equals 4x minus 2. So remember y equals mx plus b? Well, that's what this is. Y equals 4x minus 2. So I don't see a plus there. I don't see a plus here, but really what you can do is instead of subtract 2, you can do plus a negative 2. And there is your y-intercept at negative 2. But I'm also going to put this into Desmos, so why not? Always check it on Desmos, even if you're like, I'm 100% sure I got it right. Well, even if you have to tell yourself I'm 100% sure, you still should check it. Why wouldn't you? So y-intercept's right here at negative 2. Perfect. So negative 2, H. All right, number 3, what is the parent y-intercept of the line? Well, that's pretty easy. Man, we got to get this. This is a slam dunk. The y-intercept is 1. Number 5, which graph describes negative 3x plus 5? All right, so g of x, that's y. So this is y equals mx plus b. M is your slope. B is your y-intercept. So in the problem, y equals negative 3x plus 5, B is your y-intercept. And the slope is the number that's in front, the coefficient, the number that's in front of the x. So slope is negative 3. That's the slope. And the y-intercept, which is the b, is positive 5. So which one is this? It looks like that's A. I can say with certainty on the test, this is a standardized test, meaning do not just believe like, all right, don't guess, say, I haven't chose C in a while. Don't do anything like that. There is no rhyme or reason to anything on the test. So just believe what you're reading, and you are much smarter than to just guess. The dashed line on each grid represents y equals x, on which grid is y equals 4x minus 2 apparently represented as well. So y equals x, we'll put that in Desmos, and then we're going to put y equals 4x minus 2 in Desmos. You could also look here, that is your y-intercept at negative 2, and here's your slope at negative 4. So we would have to figure out which one of these graphs has and a y-intercept of -2. Well, here it does. This one does not, so B can't be right. -2, that one can't be right, and -2. All right, so next is the slope of 4, which is rise over run. Remember that? Hopefully. Rise meaning up and down. So from a point, we have to go up 4 and right 1. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1. And we're back on the graph. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1, back on the graph. Okay, so A is our answer. But if we want to check this out on Desmos, let me check this out. So I want to check it on Desmos just to make sure. So we have y equals x, and we have y equal, oh, that's not y. Y equals 4x minus 2. All right, so you're really just comparing here. You have y-intercept of -2, and I'm looking at A, yep. I'm looking at what other coordinates do I have, so I'm just kind of sliding it along. I see 1, 2, and I look at the paper and I see a coordinate at 1, 2, yep. So A is going to work out. And then y equals x, has a y-intercept of 0. Those are the dashed lines. So that one lines up too. All right, let's get to the next problem. Oh, that's not the next problem. That's it. That is it for graphing lines. So hopefully